Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Embracing Abundance. Before we jump into our episode for today, I just want to share something that I try to do every single morning, and I encourage all of my clients to do the same, and that's practicing gratitude. So I take my little 1-minute gratitude journal and I jot down 3 to 5 things that I'm thankful for today. And there really are so many benefits to doing this. Like, it may feel pointless at first, but as you start to build this habit, you start to subconsciously look for the positive things in your life that you're grateful for every single day, and you're really just able to enjoy the present moment more and truly feel grateful for it. So I definitely highly encourage you to try to do this every single morning, or at least try it out, see what you think. I love doing it, and I pretty much have all my clients try and do it as well. But today, what I'm specifically grateful for is my family, my husband, and really just all of the beautiful relationships that I've nurtured over the years, because these relationships have been my anchor. If I have any exciting news or something big happens in my life, those people are the very first people that I go to and that I honestly just cannot wait to share my life with, or to have those deep conversations with, or to just like spend quality time with. And that really is just so special to me. I never want to take it for granted. I'm just so grateful for them. And that's why I'm so excited to dive into this topic today, which is all about human connections and the magic of meaningful relationships. So let's dive into this short but sweet episode and see how these strong relationships impact our lives and really just shape who we are. Our relationships with others often give us the clearest reflections of who we are. And let me explain to you a little bit about what I mean. When we're alone, it's easy to view ourselves through our own lens or our own perspective, or just skip past acknowledging some of the habits that we have. But when we engage with people, that typically changes, because our reactions, our conversations, or our emotional triggers, they're all influenced by past experiences, by our values and our personalities. And sometimes we look past all of that and we don't really realize that that's happening. To explain this a little more, have you ever been in a situation where a friend or a partner pointed out something about you that you didn't notice before? Maybe it was a positive trait, like how you always find a way to lighten the mood, or you do a great job of making people feel comfortable, any type of recurring habit that you weren't even aware of. These moments, while they're sometimes surprising or maybe even like uncomfortable, they're very valuable because they give us a fuller picture of ourselves beyond our own perceptions. We get to understand how we interact with other people and how other people view us, which gives us a deeper self-awareness. Imagine you're always the one in your group who plans outings or gatherings. You might think that you're just filling a role, but your friends actually see you as the glue that's holding the group together. So they value your initiative and your organizational skills, even if you just see it as doing what needs to be done. And also, when it comes to more intense or challenging interactions, we learn about our conflict style, our communication preferences, and even our deeper vulnerabilities. And by reflecting on these moments, by being open to feedback and genuinely listening, we can gain a clearer understanding of ourselves. So while it's about connecting with other people, it's equally about understanding and connecting with our own self. And embracing this self-awareness is vital because it's the first step in personal growth. Knowing ourselves more deeply allows us to move forward with purpose and authenticity. So we can now see how understanding ourselves through our relationships is powerful, but what's equally transformative is vulnerability in our relationships. It's that feeling of being truly seen, the good and the bad, by someone else. And it's scary, especially if you grew up not being able to express your feelings or losing deep relationships when you actually felt like you were your truest self. So it's definitely no surprise that a lot of us find it truly hard to open up, even to the ones that they're closest to. But if it's one thing that I've learned over the past few years, it's that vulnerability is what turns everyday interactions into deep, lasting bonds. And we as humans crave that deep connection. It's how God made us. He put this desire within us to seek and to thrive in human connection and relationships. It's like his little reminder that, we can't do life alone. And most of us do have our guards up to some degree, and it could be because of past hurts, fear of judgment or just the overwhelming idea of being completely open and seen about our feelings. But when we start to let that guard down, it creates a space for a genuine, authentic connection with another person. Consider those late night chats with friends or families where time just seems to fly by and everything just kind of flows. Those are the moments where we're unguarded, sharing our dreams, our fears, our silly stories, our favorite memories. It's during these times that relationships shift from surface level to something deeper. And being vulnerable doesn't mean, you have to spill your guts to every single person that you meet. It's more about being real and honest with the people who've shown that they're trustworthy. And when both of you in that relationship can be open like that, it's this unspoken agreement that's like, I get you and I'm sticking around through thick and thin no matter what. So every time we let our guard down a little bit, we're not only making our connections stronger, but we're also showing some serious courage, because opening up like this is essential for a healthy relationship. It really just is about taking that jump, trusting that the other person's got our back, and hopefully, they really do. And most times they do. And that's just the awesome thing about being genuine in our connections. So we've touched on self-awareness, we've touched on vulnerability, but there's a third piece to this relationship puzzle, and that's empathy. Think of empathy as the glue that holds our connections together. It's more than just understanding someone's feelings, it's genuinely feeling with them. And I'm sure we've all had those moments when we're down and someone just gets it without really us saying much. And that's empathy. It's that friend who sits with you in silence, who offers a shoulder when words aren't really enough, or that family member who seems to always sense when you need a chat, even if they're not around and they're just like miles apart. That's empathy. And empathy involves active listening. It's about being present, putting away distractions, and really hearing what someone is saying, both with words and with what lies between them. It's not about offering solutions or trying to fix something. It's simply about being there, understanding them, and validating their feelings. That being said, though, cultivating empathy requires intention. It means sometimes we have to set aside our judgments, our preconceived notions, or even our own emotions to fully be there for someone else. Showing up with empathy, really getting where someone's coming from and showing them that you truly care about what they're feeling, not only deepens your bond with them, but also creates that trust and mutual respect. And honestly, in this fast-paced world where everyone's caught up in their own bubble, just stopping to truly listen and understand someone, that's really powerful. And it's what makes a relationship stick. So if you take anything from today, just know that genuine empathy is at the heart of every meaningful relationship. It's what makes us human and it's what keeps us connected. All right, so here's a little recap based on our chat today. We chatted about getting to know ourselves better, showing our true colors without holding back, and the powerful impact of putting ourselves in someone else's shoes. These pillars, self-awareness, vulnerability, and empathy, they're more than just steps to better relationships, but they're also keys to a more rewarding life. And being in tune with ourselves helps us recognize what we offer and where we might need a little work. Letting our guard down is all about inviting more authentic connections into our lives, and showing a little heart and a little understanding is what draws us closer, making us feel seen and valued in relationships. So here's my main point, the biggest takeaway. In our fast-paced world where many interactions can feel very surface level, making the effort to truly know ourselves, to be open, and to care deeply is the golden ticket to connections that enrich every single part of our lives.